told you this yet, but you are one talented group of people. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride that I join you here this evening at your retrospective middle school, from the administrative team to our wonderfully talented faculty and to the students and the many parents and friends that are in the audience. Thank you so much for coming this evening, students of the 8th grade humanities class, to bring us your best work, to show us what you have learned over the years at Clemente Middle School, and really so that we can join with you in this moment of pride and this night of celebration, that we can see all that you've learned and what you're going to carry forward with you in your journey onto high school. So one thing that always happens when I'm here at retrospective is I get a little nostalgic and I become a little thoughtful about all of the other classes that have been through the program. And I think back to all of the different students that have been through programs in Montgomery County, like the Up County Central program. And some of you may not know it, there's a very proud history in Montgomery County for programs just like the one that we have in Clemente Middle School that serve the unique needs of a very talented group of students. And it goes all the way back to the 1980s when the first programs are founded in Montgomery County Public Schools. And as programs began to develop in our school system, what they definitely established was a proud tradition, and that our students produce work that is unique, that is exceptional, that stands apart from other students and other schools, because what we know is that we develop knowledge and skills in our students that not all schools instill in their students. It's unique, it's particular to us. And so on this night, I hope that you will join me in thinking back to all of the students that have been through the program and all of the students that will be coming through the program, and how important this is that we build a tradition at Clemente Middle School in our students year after year. So thank you so much for showing us your work, and give yourselves a round of applause for what you're doing. It started last year that as the coordinator, I got to say that I watched students come into the program as 6th graders and come all the way through 3 years of studies in the humanities program. And for you guys, you stand apart as well, because I actually got to meet you as 5th graders and invite you into the program and then spend 3 wonderful years with you. And if you think about all the things that we've done together, it includes the naming ceremony and the Egypt Project, Festival Dionysus in 6th grade, to the African Museum, the iDrip, as well as the Global Issues Symposium in 7th grade, and then of course New York City, your retrospective tonight, and the New York City Showcase as 8th graders. It is quite a mountain of work. And every time that I get to experience this with students, I enjoy it more and more. It builds on itself. And I can say the same for your teachers that get to do that as well. And so what I think is also important is that we recognize the work that they have done with all of you in preparing you to be students here in this program. So I think it is important that we recognize our 6th grade team, that for you guys is Mrs. McLaughlin and Ms. Weiland and Mrs. Berleski. Miller. And of course, wonderfully talented 8th grade teachers and Mrs. Moss-Pham and Mr. Dempsey. And it just would not be appropriate if I didn't take the opportunity this evening to celebrate Ms. Sesberg a little further, because, of course, she is retiring at the end of the year, and that is such a momentous occasion worth celebrating. And what I wanted to do was just share one quick story, because Ms. Sesberg certainly has inspired me. She was a teacher and a leader at Clemente Middle School when I started teaching there in 2001. And one thing that I remember that Nancy Sesberg taught me was in visiting her classroom up in the 6th grade hallway when she taught in 6th grade up in classroom 216, was that as a teacher, you make the biggest impact on students when you are yourself, when you are true and authentic, and by using humor and telling the first perfect little phrase in a way that really brings students into learning, You are the best teacher out there. So if we could please give her an extra round of applause. Thank you so much for that. And in my party words before I leave the microphone tonight, a quote that came to mind to share with students this year, actually the first time I shared it was at the National Junior Honor Society inductions, but it has really been a meaningful quote for me because what I do believe at events like this is we see them as a rite of passage. We see our students moving on to do great things and become wonderful people out in the world. And the quote that really has resonated with me this season is the one from Maya Angelou, who of course recently has passed away. And the quote that I've heard most often referenced about her is that she shared, "I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel." And I think that that is such an interesting sentiment to put out there. Because to reference how someone makes you feel is to know that you truly went deep and you impacted them in a very, very special way. And so that is your challenge, ladies and gentlemen. It is to go out there and figure out some way in which, maybe through the way that you talk to someone, or maybe it is something that you say, but somehow you create a sense that someone feels something of what you do is truly an inspirational thing to do. I had a moment just like that recently. If some of you are aware, in the headlines recently, the principal of Wilson High School, Pete Cahill, at one of his celebrations came out to his students, and that resonated with me so strongly. As a gay person myself, I realized that you can put something out there that is positive and sticks with students. He'll never know how that made you feel, but I hope that you all recognize that by being who you are, and recognizing that who you are and what you can do with others is how you make a difference, is a way you will never go wrong. So please hold on to that. Remember that making people feel something positive is a way to make a difference, and you have made us very proud tonight. Best of luck in high school.
Thanks, Joe. All right, I want to thank you all for your hard work. I'm so proud of everyone. And I also want to thank Ms. Sessler for all that she's done for me. And I really had a chance to thank you.
so